Hey, and welcome back everyone to WCCF Talks Gaming, and this one is not numbered because we don't know when it's going to go live, so it's one in the shoot, if you will. It's just me and Chris today, and we are talking about, let me go ahead and go full screen.
We're just going to swear. Well, I'm going to swear a lot. In a recent one, maybe not recent, whenever this goes up, we're just going to talk about industry fuckaboutery because I'm always angry at the industry. Do I even like video games, Keith?
It's the thing is, you and I run into a lot of things. So like we like the games, but sometimes we forget the people behind them. You and I think about the people who actually make the games. We think about the developers and the programmers and the people that are doing the character design and the story, and we think about those guys a lot. And what happens whenever, this, I mean, if a game sucks, who do we blame? We jump on those guys when 9 times out of 10, it's the suits in the office. Yeah. I mean, the guys that are making the games.
It's always the suits in the office.
Exactly.
They're the ones who fought in microtransactions.
Oh, exactly. I don't think that somebody sits down and they say, I'm going to make this game and I'm going to make it really good. But you know what would make it better for me as a developer? If I made it to where the buyer got frustrated with my game to where he would want to buy shortcuts to get little stupid things that make him better.
Ubisoft.
Look, these are time shortening mechanics.
Yeah. Time-saving mechanics.
That's it. Time-saving mechanics. Time-saving.
That's all they are. That we're not intentionally fucking the game up for you. We're saving you time.
Yeah,
because that's what people buy a video game for, to get through it as quick as fucking possible. In fact, no, there are some people who do that.
Yeah, I mean, there are people there. Look. I'm not going to be advocating everybody running trainers on games, but there are some older games that I've played like 5 and 6 times. Sometimes I just like the story of a lot of these games, and I'll throw on a trainer and just kind of run through them. And I know that's not really playing the game, but I've already beat it like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
Usually I do that when I'm exploring the game and I don't want anybody bothering me. I just want to look at what I may have missed. But back to the topic. I mean, let's just put the elephant in the middle of the room and start throwing eggs at him. We're talking about Activision here.
And EA, to be fair. And when it comes to time-saving mechanics, Ubisoft. But I think my major issue at the moment, we're talking about Activision in the fact that recently enough, they're firing everybody. They're pretty much, Bobby Kotick can get
record numbers.
Bonus.
Record numbers. The head honcho, the head honcho is raking in. What was it? What was his bonus? 200 million.
He might have even got it by the time this goes live, but $200 million cash.
How many people's?
That's
a bonus.
That's cash.
It's bonus.
Yeah, his salary's about. Somewhere between 30 to 40 million.
Hey, look, if you can run a company and you can make it super profitable, you deserve you can make it. I'm going to lay off on that. But I mean, $200 million.
Bonus cash.
I'm trying to do the math on my phone here while we're talking. And I mean, how many people did they lay off?
Just remember, in 2019, at the start of 2019, it came out. So roughly 2 years ago, it came out that EA and Activision CEO, so Kotick and Andrew Wilson, were both in the top 100 overpaid CEOs in the world in America. In 2019, so you're looking 2018, Kotick's pay, his actual pay was just short of $29 million. And Andrew Wilson was just short of $36 million.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, their salaries, for running a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company, that's cool. Like, I've got no problem. I'm not going to sit here and be one of these people that, and there's always the argument between the person that's cleaning the bathrooms and the person who's running the business and their pay discrepancies.
Yeah, I understand. So
the bonus is the thing that gets me.
Paid more.
But the bonus is the part that gets me. How many people did they just recently let go?
Define recently. Can we talk in the past maybe year?
Yeah, we'll go within the past 12 months.
Was the 800 within 12? We'll include the 800 they had
Okay.
laid off after having a record-breaking year.
Yes. Didn't they do
Um,
another 200 recently?
they since the 800 in that when they announced that they've laid off about between you're probably looking maybe about 1,200 people.
Total?
You're probably looking a little more than that, but call it
Well,
1,200.
for simplicity's sake, the $200 million bonus to one man, and they let go 1,200 people. Okay, I
Yeah.
get it. You short on cash, but they're not. They're
Oh
record
no, they're
profits.
definitely not.
So you let go. Do you know what his bonus alone would have paid 1,200 people a salary of? You know, it's funny. It's because it's almost like the devil. It's a whole bunch of sixes on there. It's $166,666.67 salary. That's
Yeah,
a you could
that's a lot
pay.
of sixes.
Well, I mean, if you even if you were to pay you instead of firing 1,200, you hired 1,200 more, and you only paid everybody 83 grand a year. Now you got you. I mean that's the no, the problem that I have with that number is you having record numbers to the point where you can walk home with that much money. And I look, don't
800
get me wrong.
million
Hey,
cash.
look, I like making my money. I make my change everywhere I can, but
Well,
I
honestly,
don't.
I like making money. That's why I prostitute myself out all the time. But
Yeah,
there's
Chris
a
has an
limit.
OnlyFans. You know. Anyway, but
You need to see more of this.
like I said, I don't have a problem with the money. I don't have a problem with them
No,
making it.
no,
It's just
yeah.
it's these companies at the top. They're consolidating all of that, but they're not really, and they're not even trying new IPs. They're not even taking risk with it. They're literally just taking it to the bank.
I think the part that annoys me the most with a company that's I've said it before, with a company that's struggling, I understand. You need to a company needs to survive. I understand
Yeah,
that. A
you
company
can't
needs to make
operate at a
money.
deficit and
But
continue.
the part that annoys me and the part that really frustrates me is when people defend this. And I understand some of the layoffs have been with the live events team. Yeah, during COVID, we'd had no live events. And people will say, people keep defending that. I'm sorry, but Activision Blizzard, yes, they've made profit from BlizzCon many, many times. They're going to be running BlizzCon live, if not this year, next year.
Hmm.
It's not that hard to keep the people who've made you some money, who've made you a lot of money. It's not that hard to just keep them on for just during a rough 12 months for that one division
Yeah,
because it's not a rough 12 months for Activision Blizzard. It's
no.
the it's not been a rough anything. COVID has done every single video company in the video games industry
It's done
that's
them a
made a
favor.
game. It's done them a massive favor.
The development cycle's been a little more difficult because they haven't been able to be in the same building. I get that.
Yeah,
But they don't even have and to just roll on. We're about to roll into the next topic easily with this is in the sense that everything was delayed. Almost every major launch over the past year was completely delayed, and so
the
all of those record profits were from existing IPs. They were
yeah.
from
Well,
existing games.
and this is the interesting thing because those things that were released last year were mostly done.
Yeah.
You've the length of a game's development cycle for the bigger games. Most of those games, with the exception of Cyberpunk, which is still not completed, obviously,
Well,
um, they were mostly done. So you're looking at games where it was the finishing touches. Um, you look Jason Schreier, think whatever you like about him. It was only towards the end of March, which I don't know when this podcast is coming out, so it might be last year by the time this goes live. Oh god, that would be dated. I'll be dead by then.
it's
Um,
okay.
well,
We'll be good.
yeah.
I'll tell the
um,
audience what you used to be like.
yeah. Um, yeah. So Jason Schreier's even said. you can be looking for a hell of a lot of games that are going to get delayed. Um, yeah, I don't think you're going to see from personal experience, from personal knowledge, and from people in the industry, and you can read about it from people who know about the industry as well. Again, Shreya, a lot of games are going to hit their real delays. Moving to working from home, it's been a rough thing.
Yeah.
Um, you've got everything that comes around that, the infrastructure, getting the actual equipment, and God forbid if you want a graphics card. I mean, Keith, you can tell us about that.
Please don't ask me. The graphics card situation is so bad. And just to go off on a tangent about that real quick. I mean, I've been running around the GPU business for almost 10 years now. I think I started dealing with doing my reviews on my own back
Yeah.
in the almost the end of 2011. And even back then, I was into cryptocurrency mining as a hobby because it was just kind of fun to do. And a lot of people I've talked to people in person about this before, but I mean, like, mining's kind of how I got started in the whole tech scene, was because it helped me fund getting hardware. When you're starting off, people don't just, you don't write Nvidia and you're like, hey Nvidia, I want to start this here YouTube channel, can you send me stuff? Nobody's going to do that. That's not how it
Yeah.
works. You got to put up some capital, and mining helped me back then, but that's not the case today. These guys are buying everything. I've even got a friend, no joke, who is mining on his Apple Air M1.
What?
Yeah, he's
What?
mining Ethereum on an Apple Air M1, like the M1 chip, the ARM based MacBook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's
That's what's
mining on.
confusing me. I'm like, is that possible?
Yeah, it is. He set it up and it's working and it's hilarious. But if you're on PC and you're trying to game, chances are you're on your back catalog. You're holding on to older hardware. I mean, you built yours just before things hit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If
did.
you were your video card, if you had waited 2 months, you would have paid double for it.
Oh god. No, no,
Yeah.
thank you.
I
No, thank
mean,
you.
just while we're, if you get a look on eBay, see what they're going for in your area. It's crazy.
What
But
card have I got again?
you've got the 5600X T, the 5600
Do I?
XT. Yeah. And but it's because of that, what you had was an abnormal amount of PC gamers who probably were buying these next gen consoles because they couldn't get a new graphics card. They were like, whatever, I'll just buy that. And then they couldn't, nobody can buy those. They all got sold out. So a lot of it's probably good that these games got delayed.
Mine's
Um,
the is mine's the Asus Radeon.
sure. Yeah,
Mine.
you got the Strix.
Hi.
But
That's the one. I don't know. I've slept since then.
oh god.
Oh
Exactly.
shit.
Yeah, you see the prices. It's insane. But
How much did I spend on mine?
a lot of
I'm
people are
looking.
complaining that these new consoles, like, what games have come out for them. Very few games for
Yeah.
these new consoles. Like, I mean, to the point where just before we started recording, I was telling you that I've given up on finding a PlayStation 5. Not that I
I got
don't
the
want one.
5700 XT actually.
Oh, you did. Okay, there you go. That's even worse
There
for
you
the
go.
current pricing.
So I spent $462 on it.
Hmm.
£462 even,
I'm rubbing
because
off
I'm
on
not
you.
American.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah, that's not good.
You see, you'll be driving on the correct side of the road soon.
Don't you start talking like that. Oh my god. And even currently, there's a pre-owned one, says excellent condition, which it probably is. It's got three days, 3 days, 3 hours left, and it's up to £720 on a bid. I
Yeah,
could profit off mine.
you could, and then you'd be playing on your Intel integrated graphics. So you do have a
I don't think
PlayStation
I'm going
5.
to.
So,
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to profit off mine.
but these
Holy
games are all going to
shit!
be, by the time the supply starts catching up, these games are all going to be dropping. How many games did we see delayed till this year? Normally there would have been a
Everything.
steady flow of games, but over the past 6 8 months, the new titles that have come out have been so sparse. Like, it's
Yeah,
really been indie games' time to shine.
yeah.
That
It really has been. Yeah, you're right
you
there.
know
You're
do you
certainly right.
do you think this would have been a time that a game like Valheim would have caught off as quick as it did? Or do you think
No,
you think it could have been buried by the AAA news, and people are looking for something, anything, and you can run it on low tier hardware. I mean, I was playing it on an integrated graphics,
No, okay.
not well, mind you. It wasn't running very well, but it ran. Um, I don't know. I mean, even I've been playing on my PlayStation 4 more than I played on the Series S. You know, it's
Yeah.
admittedly it's because I've gotten it. I got it, in a shorter amount of time ago, but it got also there's a back catalog of games that I've wanted to play. But people are about to get slammed with choice paralysis when it comes to what games they want to get. And some of these games haven't even really told us when they're going to decide to launch.
If ever, yeah, that's true.
I
It's
mean,
worrying, actually. Yeah.
this is the one time, like I've never been one of the people that throw fits about pre-orders. Everybody will yell, "Never pre-order." I'm kind of indifferent, but
Yeah.
right now I would not pre-order anything. There's no incentive that they could give me with a game right now that would convince me to pre-order it. These games that are
Maybe
coming
if
out
like
in May, dude, I'm telling you, Resident Evil Village, if it comes out on May 7th, I will be shocked. There will be something toward at the last minute that's going to come up.
yeah, I think the problem is a lot of the things that have been cut when it comes to things that are coming out or have been uh, a lot of games can be brute forced out. They'll just throw manpower at it. So Call of Duty, your FIFA's, Madden, all such as that. They will literally brute force. They'll just slam an extra 100 developers at it and then fire them.
Yeah.
And then fire. Yeah, they'll literally just throw people at it, and it's after that the games where they don't have the people to throw at it. So I don't know. So you could be looking at games like I don't. Is it Dying Light 2? That may eventually
Right.
come out sometime this decade.
I mean, we're entering what would normally be the down season, right? For game launches.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything over the next couple of, at least through mid July. But the
No.
ones in the fall, man, if so many, we always we joke about it going into the holiday season, we're all going to get broke. We never, as we go into the fall, we never have the time to cover all the stuff that needs to be covered or even play
Yeah.
all the games that we want to play. But it's that's when they're all going to try and come back. They're not going to launch them early. You know,
No,
like
no, they'll definitely not.
I'm looking at a list over on PC Gamer, and right now the games that are slated for right now, they've kind of come out and about. But then it goes into April, May, June, and those guys, and it's like 3 or 4 games a month. And then you scroll down to the bottom, they got a list for 2001 games release dates to be announced. These are all
Yeah,
games that are announcing this year, and it's longer. The to be announced dates are longer than the announced dates for games this year.
that's bad. That's bad.
How do you, as a gamer, handle this?
You
This
cannot.
is going to indefinitely destroy your ability to ever catch up on the games you want to play.
I can't catch up on the games I've got now. It's impossible.
I swear, and I bet you half the people that are going to watch this are going to probably say the same. They could never release another game and never buy another piece of hardware, and they would never get all the games played they want to play.
I don't know about that for me, but
I,
I'm certainly struggling. For me, such as me, where I've been sent a lot of games in the past. Yeah, I think for me, I could. Pardon me. The average person who buys maybe buys about how much would you say an average person buys? Maybe about 6, 7 games a year, maybe.
maybe, maybe,
Then
maybe the
then yeah,
audience can tell us on that one. Get a poll like going because I think we have a bit of a skewed view on number of games because we do have so many float through,
yeah, that's it.
and
And it's just difficult. It's so difficult. But I don't know. I struggle. I struggle to understand. I'll never finish all the games I've got. I know that for a fact.
but that's what I
And
mean. Like we could most people most people. could
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
stop and take years off of buying any new games, new consoles, and
yeah.
find something new to play nonstop in their own existing libraries. Most people.
Oh yeah,
The
most
people that just
definitely.
built their first computer or just got their first console, maybe not.
Yeah, oh no, yeah,
They'll know what
that's
I'm talking
certainly
about in
true.
about 3 years whenever they keep buying stuff on sale and go, I'll get around to it. I'll get around. I think, honestly, I think console gamers do a better job of playing through their catalog than PC gamers
Mm, yeah, I'll agree with that. I,
because
I, I,
it's so easy to buy a bundle on PC and get like 6 games that you want, and then they're there, and it's like, when I have time, I'll play that, and then you never have time.
well, look at such as the humble indie bundle and such as that. All those games, humble
Yeah.
bundles, and I've got so many games on humble bundles that I've no idea what to do with them.
And it's even stuff you want. It's not like you just bought it because it's on there. You bought it because there were things in the bundle that you wanted.
Yeah, yeah, most
Which is,
certainly.
yeah, which is how I did. I generally don't buy the bundle unless I genuinely want the games that are in it. Otherwise, you're just buying catalog fluff.
Yeah, you're just padding your EP.
But I think I can't wait to see how the sales figures go for these games that are releasing towards the end of this year, because they really are competing harder than ever. I mean, the development time
Yeah,
has been stretched out, and now they're all competing with each other at
I
launch.
think any game that manages, same as like Animal Crossing, same as Doom, any game that manages to launch well, we're still see. It's a weird period because we're coming out of COVID slowly but surely. So, and it's for once. I've always had the argument, and I believe in the argument that video games aren't just competing against other video games; they're competing with every other form of entertainment, and they
Movie
always
theaters,
will be. And I think as such as when cinemas open up again properly, video games are going to struggle because people are going to want to go to the cinema because they haven't had the option to do it for a year now.
because they've been playing games so far because there's not a whole lot of options outside of it in a lot of
Yeah,
places. A lot of these streaming services are going to probably get hit. They may not be as bad. They may just be down on viewership, but not subscribership. You
yeah, yeah,
know, the subscribers will probably still hang around because they've gotten used to having it. It's one of those kind of things. It's like, I'm used to it being there. I don't want to not have it. But
yeah,
you're right. I think gaming may hit a bit of a struggle once we get past that point. So,
yeah. It's gonna be weird.
what would help? What would help with that
Go
is
on.
if what people did, figuring out what games and stuff they wanted to play, they just avoid these companies that have horrible practices.
Avoid Activision, please, everybody. Don't buy Call of Duty another one. It's just the same game. It might have a different setting. It might do, but it's the same fucking game.
That's
Please
the
think
hard
about these things.
thing. That's the hard thing. I
If
mean, I guess
no, the problem is when I say that, it's wrong because yes, the games they're being forced to make the same game, the same game, the same game. But the problem is these developers are still making games. They've still got to make a living. So if you don't buy the game,
exactly.
so
It-
it's difficult. I don't like seeing Activision get rewarded for it. And I suppose if you like Call of Duty, then that's fair enough. I lost interest in Call of Duty a long time ago, and I don't know. I don't want to be offensive to other people who like all these games, but maybe my tastes are just more refined.
oh Lord.
I like my beluga caviar. You like your I don't know shrimp tails found in
Well,
boxes of cereal.
you don't like your cinnamon toast crunch shrimp?
We don't have cinnamon toast crunch here.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
But because that is a tough one. The only thing that I can think to do, and this is an offshoot topic, just a real quick one, is I am a strong proponent of, you vote with your wallet if you don't like the
Yeah,
way what a company. look, I was so dissatisfied by Battlefield 5 that Battlefield 6 can come out and be an absolutely wonderful thing, but I'm not going to spend a dime on it because I felt like I got ripped off in the past by like two bad purchases. What I felt was a
Yeah.
bad purchase for me, and I'm the guy that I would have gone and fought in the streets, if the Call of Duty versus Battlefield, argument came up. I used to have a Battlefield 3 like standee from GameStop that
Okay.
I went and got. It was in my room. That's all I played for years was just Battlefield series. I didn't play any other games,
I
and
remember playing.
yeah,
I was like
and
that with Battlefield 2. I adored it.
yeah, Battlefield 2 when I was in college, and then Bad Company 2 when it was on PC.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point being is you can't just keep rewarding with bad behaviors because companies do listen whenever they start slipping in sales. So
Yeah.
just,
Oh, they do eventually.
yeah, they either do or they go away. And the good developers, the good programmers will find a job somewhere. But
Yeah.
that,
And that's the worry.
yeah,
The industry is consolidating, but that's another topic for another time.
I think we could really go into that one. Cursed Microsoft. So,
Yeah, another topic for another day. But yeah, I think we're just pretty much in agreement. And I assume every single listener of this is going to say, you know what, Chris, you're always right.
and then they'll realize that you're not. But it's okay. It's
Uh,
okay.
how rude. How
Yes,
very rude.
yes, yes. But
I'm always right. Even
well,
when I'm wrong, I'm right.
correct. Well, Chris, you got
Yeah,
anything to carry us out
I
with
don't like
today?
industry bullshit. I don't like overpayments of people. I firmly believe that companies should look after their employees. Yeah, if you're struggling, then you do have to make layoffs. But when you're doing better than ever, no.
Yeah. Well,
And there
Chris,
we
that's all
go.
I've got today. What about you? You good? We good?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's good.
All right. Well, audience, we will catch you guys in the next one.
Have a good one.